Hey guys, I'm going to be going over your math lesson today. I actually noticed we're actually a day ahead, which is no problem. I'll just keep going from here and you'll be finished a day early. So really, this was supposed to be tomorrow's lesson, but I did go over Wednesdays and Tuesdays in the same day on accident yesterday. But it's alright. So this says circle all the words that describe the quadrilateral. So this is where you're going to have to remember that a square can be considered a rectangle can be considered parallelogram, all those sorts of things. So here we have two sets of parallel sides. So if you extend these out forever, they're never going to touch. And same with these ones. So okay, two sets of parallel sides. We also have the four right angles here. And we know that the opposite sides are the same length. That side matches that side, and this side matches this side. So we can definitely tell that's a rectangle. But just because it's a rectangle does not mean it can be a square. The only thing this can be considered besides a rectangle would be a parallelogram. It cannot be considered a rhombus because it doesn't have the four equal sides. Same reason it can't be considered a square. It can't be considered a square because it doesn't have four equal sides. It can't be considered a rhombus because it doesn't have four equal sides. And a trapezoid we know is all by itself in that category, so it cannot be considered a trapezoid either. Now let's look at this one over here. Well, I can extend out my lines and check and see if they're parallel. Nope, they're going to cross right there. So I don't have two sets of parallel sides, and I know the only shape that only has one set of parallel sides in my quadrilaterals will be my trapezoid. And the trapezoid's actually not going to have any other names besides a quadrilateral, and I don't see that in here because these have two sets of parallel sides, so do these, and so do these. So it can't be considered any of those. Let's look at the next one here. It says use the quadrilaterals below for 4 through 6. So you're going to look at these quadrilaterals. Which quadrilaterals appear to have no right angles? None. Well, let's look. Which ones make perfect square corners? I know this one's going to give me perfect square corners. This one here, that's not a perfect square corner. It's very slanted. But we have to make sure none of them are square corners. None of them are those right angles. And it looks like all of them are going to be weird, slanted things here. So B. C, I'm going to see if you guys can figure out C by yourself. I'll ask you to do that one by yourself. And D by yourself. Let's look at E together. So the ones I'm going to circle in green, I want you to do those by yourself. Try that, and try that. See which one works, which one doesn't. I'll give you a hint. One does not have any right angles, and one does. So let's look at this one. It has no right angle there, nothing there, because look, there's a slanted angle, a slanted line there, slanted line there, and a slanted line there. So E actually has no right angles either. Which quadrilaterals appear to have 4 right angles? So I'm going to have you guys pause and then try this by yourself, and then you can pick back up. We're about to do number 5. Alright, so number 5, which quadrilaterals appear to have 4 right angles? Well, when we were looking for how many had no right angles, you should have discovered that this one had 4 right angles in here. And you can also tell that because if you know this is a rectangle, you know rectangles have to have 4 right angles. So A is going to be one of my answers here. B, we already discovered, had no right angles, so there's no way it has 4 right angles. I'm going to leave C to do for you on your own because that is one that I asked you guys to do on your own on the last one. And D, try it on your own. These are going to be the ones you try on your own. And then we already discovered through this question that E has no right angles, so there's no way it has 4 right angles. So go ahead and pause and try these two on your own, and then pick back up when you're finished. We're going to go on to number 6. Which quadrilaterals appear to have 4 sides of equal length? So that means this side has to match that side. Okay, it does. This side matches this side. Okay, but does this side match this side? No, this one's smaller than that side. So A is not going to have 4 sides of equal length. That means all of these sides have to match each other. Let's look at B. So this side matches that side, and that side matches that side. Okay, so far so good. Now we have to think, does this side match this side? If you look at it closely, you can kind of tell, and if you know what a parallel or a rhombus is, you know rhombuses have 4 equal sides. So if you go back through your packet, you can see that rhombuses do have 4 equal sides. So even though it might not look like it's perfectly equal because it's slanted, it is. Rhombuses always have 4 equal sides. So if you see a slanted square, that's going to give you 4 equal sides. And then you guys know that you're going to do C and D on your own. Oops, didn't mean to go through all of that. C and D on your own. And then let's look at the last one, E. So this is a trapezoid. Trapezoids don't necessarily have the same length sides. Like these ones do not match. They don't match each other. But these do. But these two don't matter if these ones don't match because we need 4 equal sides. So that's not going to be one of your answers. Oh, and I'm sorry, I put this in the wrong spot. B is supposed to go here. Sorry guys. My mistake. Because that B was definitely not in there. Don't put B in 5. Alright, and let's go down a little bit more to our problem solving. So these are going to be a little bit more difficult because they're word problems, and word problems tend to be a little bit harder. Okay. A picture on the wall in Jeremy's classroom has 4 right angles, 4 sides of equal length, and 2 pairs of opposite sides that are parallel. Which quadrilateral best describes the picture? Okay, so here's what we know. It has 4 right angles and 4 equal sides. So we're going to try our best to draw that out. I am not an artist, but I'm trying my best. So right there I can see I have 4 right angles, and it looks like all 4 of those sides are equal. So now we have to make sure they have 2 pairs of parallel sides. So these ones can run on forever. Okay, good. And these ones can run on forever. Well, to me, this looks like a square. And that is going to be the only quadrilateral that has the 4 right angles, the 4 equal sides. So we have 4 equal sides, 4 right angles, and 2 pairs of opposite sides that are parallel. All of those are going to tell you that this is a square. And excuse my handwriting on here. It is a little difficult. Okay. I'm going to read this one for you, and I'm going to point out a few things, but I think I'm going to try and let you do this on your own, see what you do. So it says, Sophia has a plate that has 4 sides of equal length. That's quite like our square over there. It has 4 sides of equal length. It has 2 pairs of opposite sides that are parallel. So far, everything that our square had. But it has no right angles. So you have to go back and look and see what shape had 4 equal sides, 2 pairs of opposite sides that are parallel, and no right angles. Go back and check, see which one that is. I'll give that one B on your own. Now let's go down here. This is a lesson check. So this is going to be kind of mostly on your own here. Which word describes a quadrilateral? So go through and see how many pairs of parallel sides do they have? Do they have any right angles? Do they have sides that are the same length? And see which one that is going to be. Number 2 says, which quadrilaterals appear to have two pairs of opposite sides that are parallel? So just try and extend these out, see which ones have two pairs. So meaning these ones are parallel and these ones are going to be parallel. And see which ones work for you. And then this is a spiral review. I don't believe this ever was gone over in class, so I'm going to help you out with this one. Aiden drew the polygon shown. What is the name of the polygon drew? So with these are just different shapes that we really haven't gone over in class. So that's one. When you're talking about different shapes, you have to count their sides. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It has 10 sides, and when a shape has 10 sides, you want to call it a decagon. Because deca means 10. So if you're ever in a decade, every decade, there's 10 years. So that prefix deca means 10. I'm going to leave this one for you. It's just asking you how many pairs of parallel sides does this shape have. So it's either, remember, pairs mean 2, so it's 1 and 2, if it does that. Alright, so it's not gonna, I'm gonna give you a hint. It's not gonna be 0, it's not gonna be 4. What word describes the dashed lines, dashed sides of the shape shown? So you're going to figure out, are these parallel? Are they never going to touch? Are they intersecting? Are they going to meet somewhere? Or are they perpendicular? Do they create a right angle? And this says how many right angles does the shape have? Just go through and see if you can make those square, perfect squares in there. Also, if you know what this shape is, go back and look and see, does that shape ever have any right angles? And figure that one out. Alright, and that's it for Thursday. Again, you guys are a day ahead, so if you're doing it on the paper packet, you'll probably have Friday free if you're finished, so that's good. Anyways, I hope this was helpful. Please reach out if you need anything, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!